when you go to do something like start a YouTube channel or start a business or start on a fitness journey or start anything, you immediately think of all the things you might possibly need, and you know you're missing something, and you go look at tutorials and you go try and find people who talk about it, and everybody's telling you something different. So in this video, I want to talk about everything you need to start a YouTube channel now. Hey, howdy, hey, welcome back to my channel. I'm so freaking pumped that you are here. Now, here's the deal. Everybody and their mama who teaches YouTube strategy here on YouTube, including myself, have done the videos that are like how to get your first 1,000 subscribers, how to start a YouTube channel, what you need to start a YouTube channel, how to start one in 2020. We've all done those, right? And I know for me personally, my how to start a YouTube channel in 2020 really talks more about the strategy and those types of things that you need to actually get started. But I really wanted to sit down and make an exhaustive list of the things you need to start a YouTube channel. Like, you don't need anything else other than what I'm gonna talk about in this video, and you can get started. Okay, so I'm gonna start with the most obvious and the one that people ask about the most. Well, there's a couple that people ask about the most. I'm gonna talk about both of them. Let's start with your camera. Guys, you do not need a fancy smancy camera. You do not need anything just fabulous. You don't need the top of the line anything. And I highly suggest that you don't invest your money or even go into debt to get camera equipment, especially at first, because one, you don't know if you're gonna love creating YouTube videos. It's definitely something you have to love and something that not everybody does love once they get started. But two, there is absolutely no reason to go into debt to, spend your hard-earned dollars on a camera that probably really isn't that much better than the phone you have in your pocket, okay? So I have always said, and I will always say, use what you have. Use the thing that's already living in your pocket. These phones, and this is an iPhone, but all the newer phones have amazing cameras, amazing video quality. They can shoot awesome videos. And to think that you need the fancier cameras or whatever is just not true. Now, if you want to invest in a camera, definitely do so. And I will link a video below where I talk about my filming equipment and what I use and what I've used throughout the years. But I started with my iPhone. I got to probably my first 1,000 subscribers, maybe less, maybe like 600 or 700 subscribers before I ever upgraded cameras. And then I bought this guy who I can carry around with me, super easy, and we still use him to this day on our vlog channel. And then I upgraded to a DSLR, and now I almost exclusively film on a Canon M50 because I like the simplicity of it and I like the way it looks. But that was throughout a lot of years. Like, I waited until I was making money from YouTube in some way or another, whether through monetization or through, selling my own products, things like that, doing affiliate marketing, whatever, to invest in cameras. But you need a camera. Either way you slice it, you need one. I highly suggest you start with the thing you have in your pocket or on your desk right now, or the thing you're sitting there holding, watching my video, right? Start with that. Now, the thing with your phone cameras is you are going to want to use this camera on the back of the phone camera, not necessarily the one that you would point at you for a selfie. So the reason for that is the quality on these in the back are much better. It does kind of make a difference on the way your video looks and all of that good jazz. But I can promise you, you literally need nothing else. But number one, you need a camera. Whatever that looks like for you, you need a camera. Okay, so the second thing you're gonna need is a good audio solution. Now notice I did not say you needed a mic. You don't necessarily need a mic. Again, the mics built into this puppy are not horrible. They're actually pretty good. And if you can get yourself in a room without a lot of echo or without a lot of, background noise, this is going to do just fine for you, especially if you're not sitting yourself too far away from the camera. Or if you're filming like vlog style videos and you're right there at the phone or at the camera, it is seriously great quality. Now, you can always upgrade. You can get a lavalier mic that plugs into your phone, that plugs into your camera, that is wired, that clips onto your shirt for very little money. I'm talking like $20. That would heavily improve the quality of your audio if you're getting a lot of feedback or you are having a lot of echo. You can use the built-in mics that are in cameras like this. You can use the built-in mic basically in any camera. You can upgrade to, top of camera mics. You can use mics that are made for podcasting. You literally can use whatever you want to use, but you just need a decent audio quality. Again, you don't need to go out and spend the big bucks. When I first started, I was using the audio from my phone. That ended up not being good enough because the audio quality sounded really far away because I was filming kind of far from my face.
Hey y'all, so today I'm going to talk about why your business needs a blog and how it can help your business grow in a way that nothing else can.
So I upgraded to the plug-in lavalier mic that I clipped on my shirt. Then I upgraded to this top of camera mic. But in my old office and with my old camera, it still gave me a lot of feedback, a lot of noise, and a lot of echo. And so then what I did was I recorded my audio separate from my video on something like a Zoom recorder, which I've talked about before, and I will link below. Now I use a top of the camera mic here on my M50, and my office is still echoey, more echoey than I would like for it to be. And when I have my camera at certain angles and my windows right behind me, things like that, I can still tell that my mic is picking up a little bit of echo, but it's a vast improvement over what it was in the beginning. So good audio, and good audio along with good camera can move and change as you go and as you grow. Again, you do not have to go out and buy a top of the line mic to get started. Okay, so right along with the camera and the mic, you're gonna need good lighting. Now, if you're filming sit down talking head videos like I do, then this is something where you can definitely buy external lights. You can use a ton of different tips and tricks to get this done. If you're filming vlogs, your lighting is still important, especially if you're talking to the camera. And you definitely want to be attentive and be aware of your lighting, but you have a lot more freedom when you're vlogging and carrying a camera around to, look into the sun or look into the light or whatever. If you're filming sit down talking head videos like this one, then you need good lighting either way you slice it. So what I would heavily suggest and what I use to this day is a window. A window. I much prefer natural light for my videos than, any other artificial light that I have tried in the past. Now in this office, when we built this house, I do have a ton of can lights above my head that all have the daylight bulbs in them. So it is the more natural kind of blue light rather than the yellow light, because with my red hair, I don't need to be sitting in yellow light all the time. So basically use what you've got, but if nothing else, sit in front of a window. There is literally a window right behind my camera. There's a window right here as well. So if I wanna, when you guys see me turn my angle, I'm still in front of a window. Now, again, I do have my lights above my head, and in a situation where I need to film videos, but it's too dark outside, or I don't know, I need to film at night or something like that, I will pull out my ring light or something of that nature. But for the most part, I just use a window. And I prefer the look of that over like harsh artificial lights. But if my office wasn't somewhere where I could do that, if my office wasn't full of natural light, then I would absolutely use artificial lights, because you guys need to be able to see me. I'm sitting here talking to you, giving you advice and telling you the things, and if you can't see me and I look dark and grainy, you're going to leave and find somebody else who, you like the look of their video better. So definitely be conscious of your lighting situation and have good lighting, whatever that looks like. So again, let me back up. So far, everything I have talked about, you already have or is free. A camera, use your phone. A mic, use your phone. Good lighting, use a window. You do not have to have expensive equipment to get started. And guys, there are channels with hundreds of thousands of subscribers who make tons of money here on YouTube, who are still filming with their phone, who still use built-in mics on their phone or on their camera. So don't feel like you have to upgrade. I can't say that enough. So I'm gonna move away from talking about equipment for just a minute and talk about some technical pieces that you're going to need to start your channel. Okay, so the first technical thing I want to talk about is editing software. You're going to need some type of editor to be able to edit your videos and get them up on YouTube. Now, there are channels who are successful and do not edit their videos, but for the most part, most of us are going to want to make edits. Maybe we're going to want to edit our ums out or edit out some kind of flub up or whatever. I would highly suggest just going into filming your YouTube videos, knowing you're going to have to edit, because that'll help you say, I just messed up, I'm gonna stop a second and I'll pick right back up, and it won't be as hard or as like tedious to film videos because you won't feel like you have to do them perfectly. So either way you slice it, you're gonna need an editing software. But y'all, again, this does not have to be something crazy expensive. I started with iMovie. I own Macs. That's all I've ever owned as far as computers go. And so I already had iMovie built into my computers. Guess where else iMovie is already built into? Your phone, the same one that I told you to record on and use the mic on, right? You can absolutely use iMovie on your phone to edit your footage. Now, of course, as you go, you might want to upgrade softwares, just like you might want to upgrade cameras and just like you might want to upgrade mics and lighting equipment. But guys, do not hesitate to start with the easy option, especially with editing, because it's a learning curve, and it's going to take you a while to figure out what your editing style is and what you like your videos to look like and what you like to edit out and leave in. And there's no sense in splurging on software that you don't know how to use when you could go with something really easy. Now, if you're not on a Mac, if you don't have an iPhone, there are a ton of different apps and different softwares that you can use that are still in that easy and free category. So check around your app store in whatever type of phone you're using and find a program that seems to have good reviews and seems really easy. Play around with them and use that. Or if you want to edit on your desktop, you can easily use something like Filmora or Camtasia, which are both very, very easy beginner editing softwares. So don't feel like you have to go crazy here either, but you do need an editing software. Okay, and to kind of couple with that and bank on that, you also need some type of graphics program where you can make thumbnails. Now guys, I know that that's probably, if you're just getting started, that's probably the least thing you're worried about is your thumbnails. You're worried about your video quality. You're worried about filming. You're worried about editing. But I'm here to tell you that there are 3 T's that are very, very important on YouTube. That's your title, your tags, and your thumbnail. So your thumbnails are super, super important, and to really be able to do them the best and to be able to create good ones and good enough ones, you definitely need some type of graphics editing software. Again, this does not have to be anything crazy. I have always used Photoshop because I was trained on Photoshop in college. I have used it for basically everything for my whole adult life. So I have always used Photoshop. And now what I will do is I will edit the actual photo as far as like the lighting and the colors and the white balance and that kind of thing on my phone with Lightroom. And then I will airdrop it to my computer and use Photoshop to actually create the thumbnail. But you can use Canva, you can use all apps on your phone. You absolutely do not need anything crazy, but you do need a graphics editing software. Okay, a second ago, I told you that your titles, your tags, and your thumbnails were really important. And I talked about how you're going to create your thumbnails and what you need to be able to do that. But you also need something to help you create your titles and your tags so that you are utilizing those and using those to the best of your abilities so that your channel will grow and so that you get started off on the right foot. Now, this is not something a lot of people talk about, especially when you get started, but guys, it's very, very, very important. Your titles, tags, and thumbnails are the way that people find you, choose to watch you, and choose to come back. So if you are not, taking the time to find keywords that you want to rank for and using them in your title and tags, you're really missing out. So what I would suggest here is a program called Keywords Everywhere. It's a Chrome extension. I do believe they have an extension for other web browsers as well. but it basically pulls the Google keywords research analytics into a really easy to use platform and allows you to just search on Google or search on YouTube and see if a title or tag is appropriate for you and your channel. Now, I'm not gonna go into the strategy of this. I've done a bajillion videos about this, and I will definitely link them below, and I will even pop a screen above here to my latest one about how to pick tags and titles. But you need this. You need to be creating titles and tags to your videos that are going to get you found and in front of the right people. And in order to do that most efficiently, you need to be able to do keyword research so that you can use those keywords in your titles and tags. So I'd highly suggest Keywords Everywhere or some type of keyword researcher. Now you can absolutely go into Google Keywords and their tool there to be able to get these same stats. I just think Keywords Everywhere is a little bit more efficient. It does have a cost though, but it is so minuscule, you'll probably never even notice it. It's like $10 for 10,000 searches or something crazy like that. So very, very, very little cost and well worth every penny. Okay, just a few more things to talk about here in the everything you need to get started on YouTube video. Next, let's just get this one out of the way because you absolutely need this, but I don't want to spend a ton of time on it. You need a Google account and a YouTube account. You need a Google account to be able to register a YouTube channel. So you need to go ahead and sign up for that. Go ahead and go to youtube.com, sign up for an actual YouTube channel. That way, when you're ready to start publishing videos, that is out of the way. All right, my last two things here. And these are going to sound fluffy and or kind of out in left field, but I can promise you that they are more important than your camera equipment. They are more important than your microphone. They are more important than your lighting. And that's saying a lot because I think those things are really important. But these two things are more important than almost all of it because without these, your channel is not going to grow. And without these, your channel is not really going to get the footing it needs to be able to do what you want it to do by starting it, okay? The first one in this category is a niche. Y'all, you need a niche. I did a whole video about how to pick your niche, how to narrow it down, that kind of thing. Again, I'll link it above, I'll link it below. That way you can watch it. But you need a niche. You need to know who you're talking to and what you're talking about. Because if you don't, you won't know how to keyword research. You won't know what thumbnails work best. You won't know what to record videos about. You will just be flying by the seat of your pants, and that is not a good way to do anything in life, but especially not a good way to start and grow a YouTube channel. So you need a niche. You need to know who you're talking to. You need to know what you're talking about, and you need to know exactly where your channel fits in with the rest of the channels on YouTube. And last but not least, y'all, you need passion. You need passion and hard work and dedication. I'm gonna just lump them all together. YouTube is not easy. YouTube is definitely time consuming, especially when you're doing it all yourself. Especially when you're doing the video editing, you're filming the videos, you're doing the thumbnails, you are doing the keyword research, you are uploading, you are answering comments. Like, it's a lot of work. And especially in the beginning, it feels like a lot of work for nothing, you know? And so you have to be passionate about your niche. You have to be passionate about why you're creating videos. You have to have the determination and the grit to say, you know what? I know that I have 10 subscribers right now and I'm growing at a rate of about 1 per month, but I'm here for this and I'm not gonna stop and I'm going to be consistent because I know it's important and I'm gonna do this thing. If you are not passionate about what you're creating videos about, if you're not passionate about growing on the platform, you will not grow. That's just how it works. So you need some passion and determination and some, staying power to make sure that you're gonna stick with it and keep on trucking. So if you're looking to start a YouTube channel in 2020, hopefully this was really helpful. This is a comprehensive guide to basically everything you need. You need to be in the right headspace. You need to know what you're doing. You need to know where you're going and have the right equipment and have the right software. But also I hope it was really encouraging to see that you don't need to spend a bunch of money money. You don't need to go crazy with it. You just need to get it done. Now, I'm gonna be hanging out in the comments below for the next 30 minutes, so make sure you chat with me down there. And if you're not yet subscribed, make sure you hit subscribe so you don't miss any other tips and tricks with me each week. Bye, y'all.